Dear students, welcome to Vidhyalakshmi School's YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss another poem named Our Casuarina Tree. Our Casuarina Tree is a second poem of 12th standard English text, and we'll discuss this poem in detail today. Right? Our Casuarina Tree is written by Torudat, a Bengal poet, and she is well-known translator from French. She has translated number of works from French to English, English to French. Such a great poet of Bengal. And what is Casuarina tree actually? The picture shows you that these are the Casuarina trees, and you might have heard in your life that so many poets have written so many poems about various trees, but this woman has written exclusively a poem on Casuarina tree. And the picture that you see on the screen is Torudat, our Bengal poet, for reference. This is Casuarina tree. Usually the flowers will be of crimson in color, that is dark red. The flowers of Casuarina tree. And big creeper, we are going to talk about creeper in the first stanza. So you can see these creepers here. And don't ask me what is meant by creeper. Creeper is compared to python, how python is winding round and round, and these things will be discussed in the first stanza. Okay, shall we discuss the first stanza? See, like huge python, huge snake. Python is snake, you all know. Winding round and round, the rugged trunk, indented deep with scars, up to its very summit, near the stars. A creeper climbs in whose embrace bound. Right? Like a python. It is not a python, like a python. Right? Poet starts with a simile. Winding round and round. Winding the particular tree round and round. And second line, she describes what sort of tree that is. A rugged, very old trunk, the bottom of the tree, right? Indented deep, there is a space, deep with the scars. So many scars are there. It suggests that the particular tree is very old, right? Up to its very summit. Up to its very summit near the stars. So again, the idea jumps to the third line. Huge python winding round and round up to its summit. Summit is height, top, right? Near the stars, up to stars. This is a poetic way of expressing things. Of course, it's reaching only the top, but not the stars. A creeper claims whose embrace bound. A creeper is compared to a python. Please remember, she tells the idea only in the fourth line. A creeper is compared to a python. Python is not rounding, wind and wind. Actually, a creeper, like python, is winding round and round the particular tree, and whose embrace is hugging, bound, holding tightly or hugging very tightly. No other tree could live. It means the creeper is embracing the particular tree very tightly that other trees cannot live, but this particular tree, this Casuarina tree, lives gallantly, bravely. Actually, it's bravely overcoming it. The giant wears the scarf. Giant is a big monster, you know. The tree is big, very big. Tree is compared to a giant which wears a scarf. It's looking like a woman is wearing a scarf because of the flowers. Flowers are covering the tree completely. Therefore, it appears to the poet that it's looking like wearing scarf, and flowers are hanging everywhere in crimson clusters. Clusters group. Crimson is dark red. So dark red colors are the flowers. All boughs are nothing but all the branches of the tree. You can see the flowers in all the branches, whereon all the day gathered bees and birds, or bird and bee. So why birds are there? Birds are obviously taking shelter on the tree, and bees are coming because the attraction of the flowers. Flowers are hanging everywhere in cluster. Cluster is group, right? Okay. Then at night. Off means often or often, right? Both are correct. Off at night, the garden overflows with a sweet song. We singing the song. It seems to have no close, no end. Sung darkling. Darkling is singing from our tree while men repose. So during night time, garden is overflowing with not water, not liquid. So overflowing with sound. It's a poetic way of expressing things. Okay. So we tell a bucket is overflowing with water, but poet is telling garden is overflowing with the sound, sweet sound, sweet song. And it seems to have no close, means there is no end continuously. The particular darkling is singing. What is darkling? A cuckoo bird, particularly a young cuckoo bird is called darkling from a tree while men repose, men are sleeping. Okay. You can see the birds and flowers for your understanding. The woman is wearing a scarf. The tree is covered with completely beautiful flowers, and we are passing on to the stanza 2. When my first casement is wide open thrown. As soon as she wakes up in the morning, she opens the casement. What is casement? Casement is a window which opens like a door. It's a French window. She opens and thrown at dawn, my eyes delighted on its rest. My eyes. Whose eyes? Poet's eyes. So on seeing that, poet seeing the tree, the poet's eyes are delighted. It refers to the tree. Tree is taking rest in the morning. As soon as she wakes up, she opens the window, that is casement, and looks at the tree, and she is very happy about it. Sometimes, mostly in winter, on its crest. Sometimes in winter, what happens on the crest means on the top of the tree, a grey colored baboon, a monkey, African monkey, Asian monkey, which lives commonly in both Asia and Africa. Baboon sits statue-like alone. How does he sit? How does the baboon, monkey sit? Statue-like. So it is also simile. Watching the sunrise. What is he doing? What the monkey is doing? Is watching the sunrise. Watching the sunrise. Statue, sitting statue-like without any movement and watching the sunrise. While on low boughs, low branches is puny, very soft offspring, young monkey. Okay, very soft young monkey leap about and play. And it's playing. So big monkey is simply sitting like a statue without any movement. But young monkey, the offspring, is leaping about and playing. Far and near, far places and near place. Kokilas, hail the day. Who are kokilas? Kokila is also a bird, a singing bird, belongs to a cuckoo family, different kind of cuckoo bird. That is kokila. They hail the day means welcome the day. See, birds welcome the day. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows. Actually, the poet should have told, sleepy cows went towards their pastures. When means going. Sleepy cows, the early morning, cows are looking like still sleeping, and they're going towards the pasture. Pasture is a grassland where the cows graze, right? Their food, the grass. The grazing field, actually, the pastures. Wending means moving slowly. Who are moving? Sleepy cows. So this is a scene of the morning. And in the shadow, the broad tank cast. Shadow is there. There's a broad tank cast. That shadow is cast by the tank. And by that hoar tree, she calls this Casuarina tree a hoar tree because the tree is covered with snow. As she told, the season mentioned here is winter. Usually you will have snow, and therefore she calls it hoar tree. Casuarina tree is a hoar tree. So beautiful. When it's covered with snow and frost, it's going to be so beautiful and vast. Vast means very big. It's very big. And finally, water lilies. So many lilies are there. There's a small pond in it. Water lilies are springing, blossoming, and it's like snow and mist. Snow and mist. Snow is heaped here and there. White, pure white, crystalline white snow is heaped here and there. So that is looking like water lilies. So they are looking like snow and mist. Water lilies are so beautiful. And the physical appearance of the tree is described In first two stanzas, we are passing on to the third one. Okay, you can see monkey is sitting on the crest. Where does it sit? On the crest on the top. Young monkey is not silent like big monkey, and it is leaping about, jumping. See this. Kokila is sitting, and so many lilies are there. The cows are moving, bending, walking towards the pasture. The land is called pasture. This goes there and graze the grass. And we are passing on to this stanza 3. But not because of its magnificence, dear is the Casuarina tree to my soul. It is not just because the Casuarina tree is beautiful, magnificent, looking very nice. I don't like this particular tree just because of, I like this tree not because of this magnificence. I like this tree for some other important reason. This is what she is trying to tell. It is not that beauty that is attracted to her. There is something more than that beauty. What is that? Beneath it, beneath the tree, under the tree, we have played. We refers to the poet and poet's sister Aru and poet's sisters Abju. Both, all three were played and with the companions. So it refers to companions and siblings. Otherwise, have played under the tree. Though the years may roll. Years rolled, of course. When they were so small, the poet has grown big. But the years have rolled. But she recalls how these children played under the tree. And she calls, oh sweet companion, apostrophe, the figure of speech is apostrophe. Oh sweet companions. She calls her brother and sister and friends, loved with love intense. There is no less love. They loved each other like anything. They affectionate. They were affectionate to each other like anything. There was no flaw in their affection. So sweet companions. So question may be asked, who are sweet companions? Friends and brother and sister. Or siblings, we call it siblings. Your sakes, for that reason shall the tree be ever dear to me. For that particular reason only, the tree has become a close friend, ever dear to the poet, blent with your images. The images of these children, image of the tree are blended together here. Okay, blend the image, it shall arise, always arise inside the heart, in memory, till the heart tears blind my eyes. So, her siblings are no more here. She looks at the tree and she remembers her lost brother and sister. When she remembers them, her eyes welled, tears started shedding. That's why she calls heart tears blind mine eyes, poet's eyes. What is that dirge-like murmur that I hear? There is something she is hearing in her ears, dirge-like. It's like a sad song, a lament, murmur, some kind of murmur, no dirge-like murmur, sad murmur that I hear, like, she is comparing again, it's simile, like the sea breaking on a shingle beach, a rocky beach. So many rocks will be available on the beach. So when the waves collide, tides collide, you will get a kind of sound. That sound is looking like a dirge-like murmur. And what is that sound? Who is creating that sound? Who is making that sound? Who is that making the noise? The tree is making the noise. It is the tree's lament. She calls finally. She does not know what sort of sound that is. Therefore, finally, she compares it to a lament. Lament is a sad song. This particular sad song is sung only at the funeral sometimes. So, it's a sad song of the tree, an eerie speech. She is unable to tell exactly what it is. So, she calls it an eerie. Eerie is nothing but a strange, silent, a fear which is very strange and silent. Eerie speech, some kind of speech that happily, prime time, happily to the unknown land marriage. Happily is perhaps, probably. So it's reaching wherever she goes. It means wherever she goes, She hears a sort of communication, a sort of sound that tree is making, and other people, of course, are not listening or not hearing that. Only the poet is hearing that particular sound. And you can see poet is shedding the tears, and children playing under the tree, and see the siblings, they are playing under the tree. You can see, you can relate to your own experience with this particular tree. Okay, shingle beach. This is called shingle beach. When the tides collide against a small pebbles like this, it gets a sort of sound. She compares to that sound. Okay. We are passing on to the stanza 4. Unknown yet well known to the eyes of faith. Unknown and yet well known. Unknown, I don't know anything. Well known, I know clearly. To the eyes of faith, only for the eyes of faith I can explain this term. For example, God is standing here. When I believe it, God is standing here. It is well known to me. If I don't believe, God is not there. If I don't believe it, God is not there. So it is unknown to me. So well known only to the eyes of the faith. When you believe it, He is present. So she believes that the tree is present at her heart always. But other people does not know about, other people have no idea about it, right? I have heard that wail far away. Wail is nothing but a sound of cry, In the previous stanzas, she tells dirge-like murmur, an eerie speech, lament. Here in this stanza, she tells that communication, that sound produced by the tree, she calls it wail. Wail is a sound of cry. Far away, she is going to far away places. She has gone to so many places. And she is not here. But she is able to hear that wail in distant lands. She has gone to so many places, but she is hearing many sheltered bay. Bay is a beach, right? Sheltered bay. So many trees will be available. I'll show you the picture for sheltered bay. So in the bay, in the shore, you have so many trees available. Okay, so that is wherever she goes, she is listening that wail. When slumbered, even at the time of sleeping, slumber is sleeping. Deep sleep is called slumber. In his cave of water wraith. Water wraith is nothing but water apparition or water god. Okay, she is going near the tree and going to the cave, and she is sleeping there. And even at the time of sleeping, she is able to hear that wail sound, and the waves gently kiss the classic shores. Why do we call classic shores? Because when the seashore is more beautiful, we always call it classic. And she's talking about two important countries, seashores. One is France and Italy. You can see France and Italy because she spent most of her life in France and Italy, and that's why she tells. And wherever she goes to classic shores of France and Italy. There also she is here. Beneath the moon, under the sun, wherever she goes, she is hearing that kind of communication. When the earth lays tranced means the earth is silent, sleeping, and unconscious. With the dreamless is swoon. Swoon is also a kind of unconsciousness. It means the earth is completely silent and sleeping. Even at that time and every time, the music rose before my inner vision. The music. She calls it music. Previously, she called dirge like murmur, lament, eerie speech, and wail. Now she calls that communication, that sound that tree creates, as music rose before my inner vision. I have inner vision, in the mind. She is able to see that music form a sublime, a beautiful form of the tree. So she can see a beautiful grandeur and excellent tree. And sublime is something that she appreciates, admires the tree. It has become admiring quality. The tree has become very beautiful to this poet, and it has become grandeur and admirable one. Thy form means the form of the tree. Who tree, as in my happy prime. Happy prime, and when she was so small, when she was a girl, happy prime, so child, and she was a child. I saw thee, in my own loved native clime. Native clime is native climate, native place. Okay, it is nothing but. So she remembers the tree in her mind very clearly, as she has seen when she was so small in her native place. You can see the caves here, caves of sea, where sea god may live, apparition may live, and you can see the beaches, classic beaches. Okay, so grand tree has become, and the last stanza of this poem, you can see, therefore I feign. I feign means I eagerly, consecratedly. I consecratedly. Consecrate is nothing but declaring something holy. So she is dedicating, and she is declaring her lay. Lay is nothing but a poem. She is writing a poem to make this tree a holy tree. So declaring something holy is consecrate. What does she declare? She declares the tree is something holy. Unto thy honor, she writes poem to the honor of this poem, tree beloved of those, those. Whom does those refer to? Those refer to a brother who is lost, sister who is lost, who is now blessed sleep. Blessed sleep. What is blessed sleep? It is death. These children are dead. They were dead long back, and she remembers. She calls that blessed sleep for her repose, and that place they are reposing means they are resting, and they are dearer than life to me. It means they are, I love them more than my life. The life meant more than my life. What does it mean actually? So she likes them. Alas, where they? They were once, and now they are not living. Mayst thou be numbered. My days may be numbered. When my days are done, I may die. Just like my brother and sister, I may die. When my days are done with deathless trees, deathless tree, but this tree is deathless. This tree will not see any kind of death. It will not die. Like those in Borrowdale. It's a literary allusion. It's the poem written by William Wordsworth. He declares a tree called the yew tree in Borrowdale. Borrowdale is a valley in England where you can see so many yew trees. The poet William Wordsworth declares the particular yew tree to be deathless. So she compares to that yew tree, deathless tree. Even after my death, the tree will live, under whose awful branches linger pale. Of course, this tree is very old. That is why she tells, awful, at any time the branches may fall down, lingering. Just at any time it may fall, because it's looking like pale. It means it's becoming dried one. So, though it is very old, the particular tree should not die, and it will live forever. That's the wish of the poet. Fear, trembling, hope. Hope is changing sometimes. Fear. We have fear, we have hope. That hope is trembling, shivering sometimes. And death. People may see the death and become skeleton. After the death, people will become skeleton. And the time, the shadow. The shadow means time will destroy everything. So, this particular expression, she tells the reader that this particular tree is compared to the past, present, and the future. For all three stages, past, present, and future. Okay, for 3 times, and it is connected. The generations will come, will witness the tree. It means, okay. And though weak, the verse may be weak. What I write may vanish. What I write may, my poem may vanish, of course, but not this tree. Okay, that would thy beauty fain. Okay, how fine, fain, eagerly rehearse. Rehearse is nothing but again, or again. I remember, it comes to me, to my mind, always. The one thing that I should not forget in my life is this particular tree. Thy beauty fain, that eagerness, that kind of understanding, that kind of affection that she has on the tree, the dearness, it's very close to her heart. And may love. Finally, she prays to God. This is the last line. In the last line, she prays to God that her true love defends, protects this tree from oblivion curse. We are all human beings are suffering from oblivion curse, forgetful curse. We will forget things. But this particular tree, Casuarina tree, under which they played, will not be forgotten. So her love, true love on the tree, will protect against all kinds of calamities. Okay, so this is the explanation for this poem. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any doubt, you can pass it on, you can forward and backward, and you can learn things and prepare for the test kindly. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.